Hey, it's the Midnight Raven, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We are doing list challenges. So I found this website, and I've been doing this for a little bit. And what you do is you go onto the website, and they have different lists that people have made. And the idea is that the more you have done, or the more you have seen or eaten, you get to go through all these different lists and you get points. And it tells you the opinion of other people and how many people agreed with your opinions. So today we are looking at the best comedy films of all time. This was made by another user. There are plenty of ones to choose on here. You can look at the stats, the leaderboard, the voting, and at the end, I'll show you what it means when you get points. So what you do is you go along and you basically tick whether you have seen this movie. And basically at the end, it gives you a result of how many people have also agreed with everything that you've seen, whether you're in the majority or minority of each thing. So let's go through these movies. So before we do, give it a big thumbs up as well and comment down below, have you seen any of these movies too? So let's take a peek. So Monty Python's The Holy Grail. Obviously I have seen that. So what you do is you give it a tick and it gives you a star. Anchorman, haven't seen it. I've heard it's really good, but I've never watched it. The Hangover. I have seen at least the first or second one. Cannot remember if I've seen the third one. Superbad. Who does not know McLovin? And then as you go down, there's more. So Shaun of the Dead. Unless you've been living under a rock, there's no way you haven't seen Shaun of the Dead. 40-Year-Old Virgin. Do you know, honestly, never really gravitated to the 40-Year-Old Virgin. It just wasn't a film that I was interested in. Dodgeball. Vince Vaughn was hilarious in that. What's his name? Who plays the... can't remember his name. That guy. Not overly funny. Spaceballs. An absolute classic. If you haven't seen Spaceballs, it's one of the films I implore you to see before you die. Happy Gilmore, never seen it. Adam Sandler's really good at acting, but this one did not really jump at me with the whole golf thing. Ghostbusters 1984. I was actually born in 1984, so I didn't see it when it was released, but I have seen it. Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery of Yeah, baby, yeah. Of course I've seen it. Dumber and Dumber. I haven't actually seen Dumber and Dumber. I love Jim Carrey, but Dumber and Dumber, again, it just wasn't for me. Okay, Airplane. I've never seen it. I'm sure people are going to come for me in the chat saying, Airplane, why haven't you seen it? The Big Lebowski. I think that's how you pronounce it. Haven't seen it. I have seen Step Brothers. Wasn't overjoyed. Old School Unrated. Never seen it. Let me know if you've seen any of these films. Hot Fuzz, of course, I've seen all three within the Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and the pub at the end of the world, I think it was called. Wayne's World, I've seen the original, and I've seen the new version, and honestly, the old one, gotta say it's the old one. I have seen South Park, the movie. Unfortunately, you cannot unsee the Saddam Hussein. Is it Saddam Hussein and the devil? Ace Ventura. Of course, I've seen Ace Ventura. Zoolander. What's better than being really, 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 really good looking? Tropic Thunder. Haven't seen it, but I was told to watch it because it's really good. The Spy Who Shagged Me. Obviously, I've seen. Office Space, never heard of it. Let me know about these films that I haven't seen. Pineapple Express, I haven't seen it, but I have been told to because Seth Rogen is, again, apparently funny. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, never seen it. I have unfortunately seen The Wedding Crashers, and it is a terrible movie. Super Troopers, I was told to watch because that is funny. But do you know, there are never enough hours in the day to watch every film that people tell you to watch because you just spend your day at home. Caddyshack, never seen it. Talladega Nights, never seen it. Robin Hood, Men in Tights, never seen it. Harold and Kumar were two people who were meant to be funny, like really funny. Just not for me. Life of Brian. He's been a really naughty boy and he's not coming out. I've seen Life of Brian, of course I have. Animal House, never seen it. Naked Gun, I don't know about you, but Naked Gun was probably one of the first comedies I saw as a child. American Pie holds a place in my heart because I left school the year after it came out and it was a big movie at the time in my childhood. And obviously the apple pie scene that we don't talk about. The Blues Brothers. There's two Blues Brothers. There's the Blues Brothers and then there's Blues Brothers 2000, I think it is. It's not very good, the second one. Billy Madison, never seen it. Knocked Up, I have seen. There is nothing better than having a one-night stand and finding out you're pregnant. Call of Nature, Ace Ventura, I've seen it. It's not my favorite. And then we go on to the next page. So there are 3 pages to this one. You can actually make your own ones as well. You can actually make your own list challenges and other people can comment on it. So it's a full experience. Okay, next. Jim Carrey is on fire in Liar Liar. Never seen Groundhog Day. Team America, I have seen. And the doll sex scene in there, you cannot unsee. The Waterboy, again, another Adam Sandler film I've never seen. Role Models. I don't think I've seen it. I can't remember if I've seen it, so we're going to leave it blank. Forgetting Sarah Marshall didn't interest me at all. Borat, I have unfortunately seen, and again, it's all right. Blazing Saddles. Now that is a film you need to watch. If you want like typical black comedy humor of the day when things were allowed to be funny, watch that. Men in Black, obviously Will Smith, you know, after being in Prince of Bel-Air, featured in Men in Black, and they've done 3 of them now. The Mask, I've watched. I didn't like it. I know people are going to come for me in the chat. I didn't like it. I Love You Man, never seen. Tommy Boy, never seen. The Other Guys, haven't seen. Simpsons the movie, of course I've watched it where they're under a great big dome. I have actually seen Big Daddy. It's a very sad story in my eyes. Clerks, I have seen Clerks and I've also seen Dogma. Wayne's World 2, I've seen. I did it as much as the first. Meet the Parents is okay. It's a bit bland on the humor. There's something about Mary. You cannot forget the hair gel scene. I nearly said the hell gel. The hair gel scene. It's unforgettable. Kick-Ass, I've actually seen. If you're looking for some like really cheesy humor. Napoleon Dynamite, never seen it, didn't interest me. Get Him to the Greek, didn't interest me. Home Alone, who hasn't seen Home Alone? Unless you like live under a rock somewhere in a vast void of the world, there's no way you haven't seen Home Alone. Scary Movie, I've seen all of them. The first one is the better one. Jay and Silent Bob, that is in the series with Clerks, and it also links in with Dogma as well. If you haven't seen Dogma, and you're not adverse to jokes at religion, that would be right up your street. Ghostbusters, I haven't actually seen Young Frankenstein. I know it's a Mel Brooks one, and it just didn't pique my interest. Blades of Glory, never seen either because Again, I'm not going to put time and effort into watching a film unless it's like going to get me, I don't know. It's got to invest my time. Zack and Miri make a naughty film. I've seen that. Some of that is unforgettable as well. Hot Tub Time Machine, I've actually seen. Scott Pilgrim is just amazing. If you haven't seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World, it sounds like a cheesy concept where it's like a computer game, arised kind of thing, but it really does work as a film. And it's got some good music. Jackass, the movie. Who hasn't seen Jackass? Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, 1989. Gotta watch Bill and Ted. Russia. They're actually talking about doing Russia 4. Euro Trip. Unfortunately, never had the pleasure of seeing that. I don't like those like cheesy comedies of kids going abroad. And Me, Myself, and Irene. Again, it's another Jim Carrey one I haven't seen. Mrs. Doubtfire. Robin Williams, R.I.P. He was a legend, an absolute legend. Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. I haven't seen. Naked Gun, I've seen that. That's another one of the sequels. Accepted, never seen that because I'm not really into college dramas. I know I watched American Pie, but that was a bit different. Everyone watched American Pie, and I mean everyone. Okay, and on to the last ones. So we have Beer Fest, which I've actually seen, or was it Oktoberfest it's called? Beer Fest, I've watched that. It's where they go around and it's a beer pong championships, basically. You got History of the World Part 1, which is a Mel Brooks. I haven't seen many things with Mel Brooks in it. Dude, Where's My Car? Dude, you got a tattoo? What does it say? Dude. And that's quite funny. Next, you got National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Obviously, I've seen that. Who hasn't seen that one? Where he's trying to get a bonus and he doesn't get it. Beverly Hills Cop. Obviously, Eddie Murphy rose to fame through Beverly Hills. Beetlejuice. I own the t-shirt. Of course, I've seen Beetlejuice. And I don't really want them to do a remake, if I'm honest. Dogma. That goes along with the Clerks and the Jay and Silent Bob. That entire series is so worth watching. Coming to America is where he comes to America and instead of being a rich man, he pretends to be a poor person and falls in love. Of course he does. Haven't seen Van Wilder. Good Morning Vietnam. Probably the height of Robin Williams' actual career. Road Trip is kind of like American Pie, that kind of humor. But he makes a tape and they have to go get the tape before it reaches his girlfriend. There is some weird bits in it. And there's some crude bits as well. So if you're not a fan of the crudeness, American Pie, I've seen all, including the wedding and the reunion. David Chappelle, Half Baked, never seen it. Mr. Deeds, I have. He's a poor guy who ends up being a millionaire. Little Miss Sunshine is another one that I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen Little Miss Sunshine. I don't recognize it. The Jerk, no, I haven't seen it. Haven't seen Hot Rod. Clerks 2 I have seen. I've seen the entire Clerks, Silent Bob, and Jay Saved the World, Dogma. Trading Places is quite funny. Again, it's Eddie Murphy's rise to fame. And that is it. So what you do is you go through and you tick every single one that you either have or haven't seen. And then you press this and it gives you your results. So you did better than 60% of users on the list. You're ranked 12,085 out of 30,443 users on the list. And you beat the average score of watching 58 films. And then what you do is you come over to your name. So you create an account and then you get this. So far I've got 86 stars earned, 871 checked items. I've done 48 lists so far. You can publish your own. You can give a vote on whether you think the lists are good, favorited ones, and it's 22.1%. So I'm in the top 11%. And what you do is you can go through and do all of these. So you've got everything from travel, movies, books, food, other. And then if you go on this bit, you can make a list. You can browse, you can search, and then you can also check out here, which is the leaderboard ranking. So I don't know whether you gain anything by making so you can go on here as well, and you can make a list. So you can make an original list, or you can make a list from another source. And I don't know if you get anything for people liking your lists and doing them. I might have to make a list just to test that theory you get from it. And then you go on to this bit, and this is the browsing. So currently, there's 40,000 others, 8,000 quizzes to do, books, movies, travel. And you can just go through and you can just pick a list. So you've got everything from places on bucket list, breakfast in Britain, the 100 best songs of the 70s, and you just tick each thing on whether you've heard it, whether you've watched it, whether you've been there. And it's basically, I suppose it's an overview of how much you've accomplished and done and seen and eaten in your life, which I thought was quite cool. So if you want to check out this website, it's called listchallengers.com. And I've had an account for a while, but I thought I would bring it to my channel and we can sit there and do some of the lists on movies and food and places, and maybe we could make one and see if anyone does my list. I don't know what I would do a list on, but we'll see. So if you want to give it a big thumbs up, comment down below. Have you seen any of these films? Let me know if you enjoyed this kind of video, because I'd love to do more of them. I sit here and do the lists at home, and I thought, you know what? Why don't I make a video of it? Show off how many best comedies I've watched. So there are multiple lists on the same thing. So you will find there are tons of breakfast ones, tons of foodie ones, tons of movie ones. Not all of them the same, but, other people make them. So some of the lists will have like similar things. But yeah, give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below your favorite movies. If you want to help support the channel anyway, PayPal, Super Chat, Super Thanks, or become a member and join the other members of my little crew. You do get videos every week for being a member. And I will see you soon for another video. Take care and thanks for watching. Bye, guys.